guys will actually like you and not say nothing because they scared of what you're going to say. And that don't work for me because I need direct. You're going to be the leader. You're going to have to initiate conversations. You're going to have hard conversations. So you can't even break the ice with a regular conversation and say hi or, you know, can I take you out? You only live one time and all the other person can say is no. Shoot your shot.
Not some men really out here thinking because I'm a single mom, I'm just going for anything. Nah, baby, I got more standards now, not less. And if you can't handle no, you definitely couldn't handle me. And then, like, where are the men that really want to build a connection first? Like, consistency, respect, conversation. Like, God, I don't want to have with you now. I'm wasting your time. Boy, bye. Ain't nobody wasting your time. I'm saving myself.
Men bullying women for not choosing them, that's weak. You see it all the time. A woman says she's not interested or she has standards, and suddenly she's all kinds of derogatory names. She's too picky, missing out, don't know what she wants. Now she's getting pressured, criticized, just for saying no. Pay attention to the mindset. He's not trying to understand her. He's trying to convince her because rejection hit his ego, and instead of accepting it and moving on, he tries to lower her standards. Ask yourself this, if someone told him to lower his standards, would he? Probably not. So expecting a woman to do it, that's not reasonable. Standards go both ways, and a man who can't respect a woman's no isn't ready for the yes anyway.
Brothers are paying child support on a kid that they don't even see. And you think that men are excited about marriage? They have to pay for a house that they don't even live in. You think men are excited about commitment?
Bring back the traditional men. Bring back the guys that are willing to pay for the first day and have no issue with it. Like, bring back the guys that will not argue with you over silly things.
Get that, like, not pay, like, when I hear even guys with girls, what's it talking about, 50-50, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Why? Like, you got to set the tone, and it's a case of traditional, right? Yeah. It's just like, you're supposed to take care of, like, girls like to feel like a princess.
Exactly.
You like to feel like a princess.
Exactly.
So just make sure you're, like, I don't know, like, just take charge, man.
Yeah,
take
please.
Because it'll make you feel good.
Exactly.
Really
yeah.
truly,
take the advice from Sweep, okay? He knows what he's talking about. Period.
Everyone's taken up a sassy era.
Yeah.
Everyone, even myself, small.
Yeah, even the masculine guys these days. Be a bit sassy. Everything is an argument. Everything is a debate. Everything is this, that.
So once I start seeing that in the Man MGC when we're arguing, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
The sassy era is really it's come full force.
Yes.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I'm telling you right now, if a woman truly loved you, she wouldn't give her body to another guy just because there's no commitment anymore. That actually shows her lack of self-respect, to be honest, her lack of loyalty. I don't care what anyone says. The way that my mindset is like, even if we break up, I still have this loyalty for you. I'm going to protect you in rooms where you're not around. I'm possibly going to be there for you if you need me, if I'm single. Well, it really depends on how good of a person they are, but I'm telling you, a woman who gives herself away is making a mockery out of you. It should feel like a slap in the face for you. She gets with another guy and she comes back to you to cry about it. Get the fuck out. That is so dramatic, and it is such a victim way of going. When I want coaching in bio.
A lot of these modern women are asking for a provider man, a traditional man, that sort of type of romance, right? But then you're not really going to love and respect a man like he's asking for. You're not even going to be doing 25% of that.
When you're looking for your dream partner, here's the 3 things you should be looking for. Number 1, emotional intelligence. Someone that has emotional intelligence is able to understand what they're feeling inside, is able to understand what they're going through, and is able to understand that their emotions potentially could be high one day and low another day, and they won't take out their emotions on you unnecessarily. Number 2, and listen very carefully, emotional intelligence. Because someone that doesn't have emotional intelligence is going to fill your life filled with jealousy, anger, fighting, arguing and drama simply because they're still living as the wounded little boy or little girl version of themselves. And number 3, and this is the most important one, that's right, emotional freaking intelligence. Because you don't want to waste your entire life living with someone that has so many emotions that they're not in control of, that they take out all of what they're feeling on you. This is where you go through unnecessary drama and stress in your life that turns into unnecessary illness. Because the stress that your body is feeling eventually will manifest into unnecessary illness. You have the ability to live the life of your dreams. So if you're going to live the life of your dreams, you got to find the partner of your dreams. And the partner of your dreams has emotional intelligence. And guess what that means? That means that in order for you to attract the partner of your dreams, you first got to become that person. So that means that you get to go deep within your heart to find emotional intelligence, to be able to manage your emotions, to learn from them, to study them, and to understand when you're feeling certain things, what it means and where it came from. And that's where your journey begins. When you finally desire to become the highest version of yourself and you go back into your past to heal the wounds and the trauma that are causing your emotional upheavals today.
And modern women don't understand that men are going to get tired. They're going to be exhausted of trying to hold up your idea of a lifestyle, and you're not even contributing to your own ideal life. That you have this thought in your head, and you don't even contribute to it. I'm not going to keep on.
I'm 54, which means I've seen enough to tell you the truth that maybe nobody else will. So if you're younger than me, please pay attention. Settling for less than you deserve is not love. It's self-sabotage in slow motion. Your standards aren't barriers. They're just filters for who actually deserves access to you. The ones who treat your standards like a burden are not worth your time. It's better to be lonely by choice than miserable by compromise. Sometimes I'm sorry is just a polite way of saying I'm going to hurt you again in the future. Your biggest regret will never be losing them. It will be losing yourself and trying to keep them. Forever is only as real as someone's willingness to fight for it. Not everyone who is good to you will be good for you. Your ex, that's a door that was shut for a reason. Stop jiggling the handle. Never hand your heart back to the person who showed you that they don't know how to handle it. Hope that helps.
These men are starting to realize, really honestly and truly, they've realized for a long time, but modern women keep on trying to gaslight men to say, well, this is how I live, this is my life. If I'm doing this, then I want a man to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that's your Instagram life. That's your TikTok life. That's the type of stuff that you do online. That's not how you really live. You're really broke. And I'm not going to be funding your lifestyle.
You're not allowed to say shit about women selling their bodies if you are blue collar, construction, or military.
All right. Now I'm curious. Why is that?
Yeah, you did it too. You did it too. They paid your tuition, ho. You did it too.
Oh, bless their hearts. They really tried, didn't they? But by their logic, we could actually add, professional athletes, not to mention anyone whose job offers any kind of tuition assistance or reimbursement. But you see, the biggest difference between SW workers and those that they mentioned is that those that they mentioned tend to keep their clothes on.
So when you look at it, the man's going to pay for most of the dates. You want the man to pay for your trips. You want the man to pay for your nails, your gym membership. The rent has got to be split 50-50 because you're independent, that sort of thing. So it's not really going to be a fair split. It's going to be okay. The only thing that I have to split, and really you don't even want that, is the rent. But all the other bills he pays, I just pay a little bit I'll pay the water bill so I can feel like I'm contributing.
Do you know how powerful it is to be single and childless right now? None of our ancestors have been able to do and live the life that you currently have. And that is incredible. I've talked to women who are married and who have kids, and I know they're definitely still very happy and blessed to have the life they have, but there's definitely a part of them that always long for the life that you have right now. They wish that they could take a break from their overstimulating, very busy life and just do whatever the heck they want to do. Just be able to have the peace, the quiet, complete freedom that you have right now. So the grass is always greener, right? So if you do want to get married and have kids one day, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but don't just waste your life away and wait for that to happen. You know what I mean? Keep living your life and realize that you have such a full life full of opportunities. You're a whole person on your own. Your partner should only elevate that. Trust God and let him do his thing, because one day future you is going to look back at this and be like, I wish I enjoyed it more, as opposed to feeling super anxious. Because it's all going to work out. I believe in it. Enjoy this very privileged period of your life, because not everyone gets to live it. Our ancestors definitely couldn't. Anyways, all the best.
A man really just got on this app and said we don't call women losers enough. And I couldn't agree more. So I made a list. Coming in at number 1, we have women who make man-hating content. Just because you can't find a man that you want that wants you back and all the ones you date are bums does not make all men losers. You're the loser because you can't get what you want. Right behind that at number 2, we have women who make de-center men content. They are literally the center of your content. If they didn't exist, neither would your platform. And lastly, for the girlies that actually post, are the ones that make first date content. It's in the same vein. It's all really ridiculous, and you're never going to find a man that is going to take you seriously, because all of them are going to see your social media and run, as they should.
I think a lot of modern women are so short-sighted that they don't really understand that the person who they are, who they're proud of, is actually going to hold them back. And I know you like the spirit. You know, I fought through this and I've gone through that, and it made me who the person that I am today. And so they feel like in a lot of situations, in a lot of cases, well, you know, I had to fight through some stuff to build myself up to this person. And men will appreciate that about me. And so they'll say, oh yeah, she's a fighter, I love her. But that's not the way it goes, because that fight and that disrespect turns to him. There's nothing wrong with you challenging and trying to him out. But a lot of times modern women are downright disrespectful.
If you even imply rejection, like taking a long time to kiss them, not, moving towards physical intimacy right away, since women are so cocky and narcissistic, they'll assume you're a lot of the times, because that is how foreign the concept of rejection is to women. I'm going to say that again for you guys. I really want you guys to take this in. Women are so cocky and narcissistic and solipsistic, right? And solipsism, by the way, guys, is the definition of that word is basically like you think the world revolves around you, right? It's your world, everyone else is just living in it. And narcissism is like a deep infatuation with oneself. So not only does she have a deep infatuation with herself, she also has the solipsism, thinking that the world revolves around her, right? A lot of women have both of these traits, especially more attractive women that are in this younger age where they're getting all this attention on the internet. So since women get hit on all the time on social media, when they're out and about, etc., if you come along and you don't show immediate interest and or intimacy, women will suspect you're a lot of the times. They will, okay? There's multiple reasons for this. It's, because you're acting a bit odd compared to other men that have hit them. And then also part of it is their narcissism and solipsism, where it's like, how dare you reject me? Or how dare you slow roll physical intimacy with me?
The men are scared, women are scared, everybody's scared. But a man's fear is not expressed the same way a woman's fear is expressed. Women can be scared. Like, we're women, we're supposed to be soft and scary. But a man's fear translates into anger. When I post my videos and I be talking about what men should do for women, treating them well and buying them stuff, taking them places, the comments be insane. But I'm starting to realize a pattern. The comments are men who have gotten hurt and probably have done all the things. They treated a woman right. They took her places. They bought her things, and she broke his heart. So now, instead of saying, I'm scared, I don't ever want to feel that feeling again, she messed me up, it translates into anger. F women, y'all gold diggers, I'm never doing that again. All y'all care about is money. What you gonna do for me? Are you able to reciprocate? These are all things that stem from, I've been hurt. I tried to be this man that you're describing, and I got played. So I'm never going to feel that feeling again. But instead of saying that, they call us crazy.
I don't think it can be understated that guys have pretty much had enough. There's a lot of foolishness going on. There's a lot of women doing a lot of stuff. Just chock full of foolishness. And they're thinking, for some reason, that guys are okay with that. They're thinking that men are going to be like, oh yeah, yippee. I love this. I love the way that you're acting. Especially in front of my family and my friends. They know what type of man I am. They know what I stand for. My boss. It literally don't matter who I'm around. The people in my circle that I come in contact with on a regular basis, they know what I stand for. And to have you pulling up acting a fool really does a lot. And it goes a long way to ruin my credibility. But you can guess that most modern women don't care about that. They only care about themselves and what they get out of the deal.
When a man tells you he likes sports, what he usually means is that he likes watching TV. As a divorce lawyer who's watched women carry the whole household while he carries the remote, I can tell you this: those habits don't build a future.
Habits? Or is that how he relaxes after a long day of work? What about all the other things he's doing to build a future? I swear, men are treated like robots. They're supposed to just work 24/7 building a future. They can't have one hobby. And what I've noticed is a lot of men that actually do like sports, they like sports. I actually know a few men who don't watch TV in general, but they only watch the game. That's it. I just find it odd that I find countless videos. No matter what a man likes or enjoys, it's shamed. Imagine if men made videos 24/7 about women wanting to watch TV, or women playing games, or women playing on their phones, or women like shopping, or any other hobby women like, makeup, whatever. Women would be livid. Those videos wouldn't be allowed. But men are shamed for everything that they like.
And you'll have a lot of these modern women that will ask about chivalry. They'll ask about a man being traditional, right? But the issue is, when the man was giving you flowers, you were rolling your eyes at him. You was giggling, you was laughing. A man go and open a door for you, he get a lecture on how you're strong and independent, and you don't need no man, and thanks, but, and whatever other stupid stuff that you want to come with. Oh, well, thanks, but I really don't need that. So I don't want you holding on my head. I wasn't going to do that. I was just being a gentleman like I was taught. When men continue to come up against that attitude over and over again, why in the world would they keep on going in that direction? Why would they keep on doing that? Why would they keep on giving you the benefit of him being a gentleman, and you're just going to act stupid?
She's always been the strong one, but nobody never asked, what did it take for her to be this strong? She never had an option. She never had a choice. Strength was the only thing she had. She's been in survival mode for so long, she don't even know what peace feels like. And it's not that she doesn't know how to get it. She knows. But she's been showing up for people for so long that she forgot how to show up for herself. She forgot what it feels like to be herself, to look herself in the mirror and be like, this is me. She only knows herself through the lens of other people, because she spent a lot of time helping other people whenever they needed her. But when she needed them, they were nowhere to be found. So now when she's finally choosing herself, it's been a struggle, because now she's trying to find purpose and peace within herself. But little by little, she's gonna get there. I just hope she knows that she doesn't have to sacrifice herself to be loved. I just hope she knows.
And I think it really has come to a point to where, you are really, women are starting to really see men missing in action. Where are the men at? Used to be in coffee shops, or they used to be over here. They used to be everywhere. Men used to be everywhere. It's just not the case anymore, right? The reason that a lot of these modern women really noticed a man is because a man was in their face, right? And so when something is in your face, then you're more likely to say, oh, here's one over here, here's one over there. You know what I mean? Like, say, for instance, one thing that my wife says is like, man, you know, I never noticed, you know, the type of car that you drive until I got with you. And you'd be like, they're all over the place. I've noticed them. That's why I got one, because I noticed it all the time. But that's how people, you know, if I see something, then I'm focused in on it. I'm locked into it. When men used to talk to modern women, then they were like, oh, the men are everywhere. Man's over here, man's over there. I can get a man. You know, there's a man. You'll never have to worry about a man. But now that men are kind of pulling back, then they're like, where are the men at? Well, the men are still right where they've always been. They're right in front of your face. It's just you don't notice them because they don't talk to you anymore.
One of the things I think is hardest about being single or perpetually single is the fact that, especially as you get older and everyone around you starts to like partner up, you are no one's priority. And I know that I'm going to get the couple people jumping in on this conversation being like, even if you're in a partnership, it doesn't mean that you're the priority. I just need you to sit down for a second. Keep those thoughts to yourself, because I'm not saying that they're not valid, but this conversation right here is about how painful it can be to be always considered last, to be considered last among well-meaning friends and family who just have other priorities in order. They have their children, their spouses, and you just by default sort of drift to the bottom of that list. It might mean that no one is actively going out of their way to like spend time with you, or they don't necessarily think of you first when they're doing an activity. And it's not that people mean to be hurtful, but if you go your whole life without it, you do start to feel the isolation of it. It's almost like the otherness of it, like you never come first for anyone ever. It's hard not to internalize that the longer you go doing life on your own. It can be so lonely and more wildly traumatic than I think people realize. And it's a small thing, but when you wake up each day and you know that although there might be people around you that love and care about you, nobody's wondering what you're doing with your day or how your day is going. That's not like the first thought that comes to their mind, or how they're going to help you get through your day. It just stings.
So do you pick her up at the first date? Of course. What do you mean? If it's at a restaurant, I'll make her meet there.
I mean, yeah, it's the first day. I don't even know her. Bro, the restaurant could be under my place. I take the car, I drive to her, I open the door, I let her...
Bro, we're not in the 1980s.
It's galantery, bro. You are the man.
Gallantry?
Galantery.
Gallantry.
Gallantry, whatever.
She can Uber, she can taxi, Lyft, she can do whatever she wants. It's the first date.
What are you talking about? On the first date you let her Uber?
Of course,
Bro,
I don't even have to
pay. Listen.
I don't even have to pay for it.
Listen. The only reason why she Uber is because it's with me. You both take the Uber, you go with her at her place, and you have to be sure she closed the door of her place. Once she closed the door, done, you're free. You need to protect the woman. That's your role. We are made for that. We are men.
Bro, we're not at war.
What do you mean? It's night.
She'll be fine.
It's not safe.
I don't even have to pay for it.
You have the arms, the short arms, and the deep pocket.
Come on.
It's
true. The first day. I don't even know if I like her or not.
Pay anything, bro. You're gonna walk home tonight.
No, dai, Fabio.
You're not coming on my car.
You're making me Uber? Fabio. Bye.
If we know we're built differently, if we know our brains work differently, and they were actually like, you know, instead of clashing like this, there's like, oh my gosh, if we depend upon each other, if we partner with that, like, okay, honey, you do your scan thing. Where are my keys? Oh, I already know, they're on the piano. Yeah. Because we notice everything that's out of place. Because if you think about in a meadow, if something's out of place, who moved it? Yeah. Is there an enemy here? Right? Is there a critter? Is there a human? Yeah. Who moved us? We literally notice everything. Yeah. The things that are crooked, the things that are out of place, that doesn't belong there. Yeah. And we don't have to work at it. In fact, it's very hard to shut off. Yeah. Which is something men need to learn about women. We actually need we call it zone out time. They need transition time from one focus to the other. We need zone out time where we can just like put a book in front of our face.
Stop thinking about everything. Just totally. Here's the thing, women don't ignore men they like. So if she's ignoring you, it's a signal she's not that into you. Trust me, we don't ignore the men we are crazy about.
Gina and Marina are two friends from Germany, and they decide to take a trip to South Africa to do a safari. So they plan the trip, and once they land in South Africa, they hire a driver, and that's the gentleman you see in the car. So this guy is going to drive them around for their entire stay. So he picks them up from the airport, takes them to where they're staying, and on the way there, he says, "What do you all have planned for your trip?" And they say, "We're essentially here just to do a safari. We're excited about it." And he says, "You know what? I've lived here my whole life. I've never done one of these safaris. I hope you have an amazing time. I hear nothing but good things about them." So the next day he comes, picks them up, takes them to the safari. Here's where things start to turn. So they pull into the parking lot of the safari, and he pulls up to drop them off, and they ask him to park. And he's confused. He says, "Why would I park?" And they say, "Well, we actually got you a ticket and you're coming on the safari with us." He didn't believe them, but once he figured out that they were serious, he was so overjoyed and so excited. So he parked. They went on the safari, and boy, did he have a ball. They treated him to amazing meals, and they took all these cool photos, and they just showed him the best time ever. And I think this is dope. Did they have to do this? Absolutely not. But there was something in him that made them want to do this and be this kind to this gentleman. And I just love seeing stuff like that. So shout out to Gina and Marina, and shout out to the driver. I don't know his name, but this was just a super dope story to me. I love everything about it. And I just want to see a bunch more stuff that looks like this.
You're not attached because you care. You're attached because you're controlling. Quite frankly, you're trying to control the story. You're trying to control the outcome. You're trying to control how it should have happened. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Stop shooting on yourself, first of all. Let the story end. Let the story change and come back to yourself.
So I'd made some posts regarding advice on finding a partner as a Pakistani and Muslim older sister, and I got a huge response. Such a huge response that I thought that I should create a resource to help fill in the gaps. And guess what? That resource is ready. So the link is on the screen, in my bio, and in the comments, but I want to go over how this is going to work and some ground rules. So for starters, this is a free resource. I am not charging anything as of now. I'm putting my time, effort, and energy into this, and so therefore I'm going to be pretty strict about the process. So there is nothing groundbreaking about this resource. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You fill out a profile with all of your information and you submit it directly to me. Your profile is not going to be public. It is completely private and other people cannot browse through your information. I will get the profiles on my end, and then me as a person will go through the profiles, through your requirements, and connect people directly. Seeing the way that apps have been working lately, there's definitely a human aspect that's missing, and I think that I can provide that value. And as someone who's not very far removed from this process and can understand the nuances, I can breathe new life into the antiquatedness that is matchmaking. And remember when I said that I was going to be strict? If you are any of these things listed on the screen, you will be rejected from the matchmaking pool. And since this is a free resource, the minimum that I'll require from you is to follow one of my accounts on TikTok or Instagram, because I want to create a community around this. And the best way that I can do so is to get traction and to be able to get the word out. So let's do this. Submit a profile or send the link to someone who may be interested. And by the way, I've already made some connections that seem to be going places. So let's see how many more I can make.
If a guy asks for your Snapchat, then he is not interested in dating you. Or if he brings up within the first week of y'all talking, he is not interested in dating you. If a guy is actually genuinely interested in dating you, he is scared shitless to do anything that might turn you off of him. And asking for your Snapchat at the start is a turnoff for a lot of girls, so he wouldn't do it. Same thing with bringing up any. Why would he risk that?
Pretty girls get attention. Valuable women get commitment. Attention is easy to get. Commitment asks for more. Looks might open the first door, but character, standards, and self-respect decide who stays in the room. A lot of people know how to attract interest, fewer know how to command respect. Beauty can be noticed in seconds. Value is felt over time.
But the second thing I want to impress upon men is I want to make it cool for you to leave a bad relationship and just, as y'all say, go your own way, right? I'm hearing more and more men express that sentiment where it's not even about finding another woman, like leave the bad marriage just to be at peace. Sometimes that's the outcome. Right? Instead of staying in a marriage where you are disrespected, where there is contempt, where, you know, you're disrespected in front of your children.
There was a woman that came on my show, the whole show. She said, I like nice guys. I do. I'm done with the bad boys. I like nice guys. Well, this show, my recruiter had brought one of his friends to watch the show. And this guy, I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know who he was. But sometimes the recruiters would bring their friends to like watch a show at this point. This guy was just out of prison. I don't know why he was at my apartment. I'm like, why would you bring him? Or like he dealt drugs or something. I don't know what he was doing. But anyway, besides the point, he got her number and took her home that night. So what did I conclude was that sometimes people lie, obviously. And sometimes people lie to themselves to the point that they believe that it's true.
Here in Atlanta, the girlies are the ones who approach the men.
Wait.
The mates. No.
Wait.
I'm telling you.
The girls are moving to the boys here?
Yes. And they won't say it. They don't want to come out and say it, but they do. The men here are they're just so spoiled. They are spoiled. All the girls are sharing the same man. All the girlies here, they're dating the same 3 Africans. Africans are a big thing here.
Really?
Yes.
Like Portia Williams, African.
Oh my God, they want that. And then if it's not the Africans, and yes, it has to be like the athletes. Everybody's a money guy now, a entrepreneur, an investor now. Everybody's that in Atlanta, which I don't get. But I don't know what y'all be investing in. But yeah, be careful. Here, I just feel like the dating scene really, really caters to the men. The men don't really court. It's really weird to watch. And then it's weird to see like the women, how they will beat each other's wigs off over these dudes.
We're not in the 1980s.
Galantery, bro, you are the man.
Gallantry?
Galantery. Gallantry, whatever. You are the man.
No, the man. She can Uber, she can taxi, Lyft, she can do whatever she wants. It's the first date.
What are you talking about? On the first date you let her Uber?
Of course, I don't even have to pay.
Listen.
I don't even have to pay for it.
Listen, the only reason why she Uber is because it's with me. You go with her at her place and you have to be sure she closed the door of her place and you check everything.
You have to wait until she walks in the house?
You wait there. Yes. Once she closes the door, done. You're free.
That's extreme. That's an extreme.
What? It's the basic. You need to protect the woman. That's your role. We are made for that. We are men.
Bro, I don't even have to pay for it.
You have the arms, the short arms, and the deep pocket. That's what
Come on. It's true. The first day, I don't even know if I like her or not.
Pay anything, bro.
You always yelling, cussing, talking ghetto, or using controlling words, that's being masculine. If when he speaks, you're always interrupting him, trying to talk over him, or trying to control the conversation, that's being masculine. If he's trying to give you advice or give you constructive criticism or maybe give you an opinion on something and you're being dismissive or minimizing his perspective, that's being masculine. Or like if you always making decisions without at least talking to him or making him feel like he's beneath you or overly expressing your independence, all those things are masculine because you will make him feel like he has no space to contribute or to lead. Now ladies, I understand with the lack of masculine men, sometimes we gotta be Wonder Woman, and it seems like depending on a man is weak and controlling, but in so many words, ladies, it's okay to be a strong, leading, independent woman. But it's also okay to be a soft, submissive, and listening woman for your man.
I am so tired of paying bills, y'all. Worrying about bills, thinking about bills, knowing a bill is coming, knowing a bill was just paid, and there's another one that's coming. Like, this just don't stop.
So we're all just here working and paying bills, and then we just going, that's what we doing? We're all just going to be on this planet, bust our chances and pay all the rich people one day.
I really hate how bills are sabotaging my social life. Like, I've gotten so wrapped up in the cycle of working and stressing about bills that I don't even go out anymore, guys. Like, I'm not in the mood to laugh. Like, I'm just straight work business mode. Like, I'm just always trying to get past the bills. And I feel like right now is the worst time to be drowning in bills. It's
I'm really just sitting in my car right now contemplating why I'm going to work to pay bills and put gas in my car just to go back to work. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm 31, almost 32, and like the prices of everything is so freaking ridiculous. It's annoying. Like, work, go home, work, go home.
We get up every day and work to pay bills. We are not living to live. We are living to survive. And I still can't wrap my head around that. I saw a post today that says, I'm so glad we only live once because I can't do this again. And I felt that.
Because I'm in a relationship, I don't need validation from the opposite. I don't need compliments from strangers to feel attractive. I don't need attention to feel seen. I don't need to entertain conversations just to feel wanted, because I already chose someone and they chose me. And when you really understand what it means to be in a relationship, you stop looking for outside confirmation of your worth. Not because you can't get attention, but because you don't need it. There's a difference. A lot of people don't realize this, but constantly looking for validation from other people while you're in a relationship is a sign that there is something in you that still needs to be filled. And instead of addressing that, you just keep on collecting attention. DMs, flirting, compliments, likes, calling it harmless, when really it's feeding something that shouldn't be starving when you're grounded in who you are. And let me be clear. This isn't about control. It's about discipline. Because attention feels good. Validation feels good. Being desired feels good. But everything that feels good to you is not good for you, and especially not for your relationship. So no, I don't need validation from the opposite. Because I'm not trying to feel chosen by everyone. I already made my choice, and I move like it. Because real confidence isn't built on who notices you. It's built on how you move when you don't need to be noticed.
Last night, a really sweet man came up to me. You could tell he was really nervous. I asked him why, and he admitted to me he was scared of being rejected. I told him that it completely makes sense. I'm always really upfront with guys. I never lead them on, and I make sure they don't feel bad about it. That way, even if I'm not interested, they can still walk away feeling good, like they just spoke to a nice woman without any shame or embarrassment. If a man gets rejected too many times and harshly, he ends up not trying at all. I notice this with a lot of men that try to approach me, either online or in person. And they relax once they first start talking to me because they realise I actually listen and I speak kindly to them. I don't use dating apps at all. Personally, I think hookup culture is toxic. A lot of men aren't confident enough to approach women anymore. Too scared of being shamed or belittled or embarrassed. God forbid having it taken the wrong way. It's easier for them to just message them online, where it feels safer. Getting rejected face to face stings so much more, especially if the girl laughs with her friends or embarrasses him in public. That kind of thing can really cut a man deep and make him shut off completely. A lot of women ask why men don't show chivalry anymore. Toxic feminist culture and women that are very hard to approach is one of the reasons.
While I'm here, I thought maybe we'll do another rant as well. So dating is so out for 2026. It's not even funny. The clarity, headspace, consistent mood, lack of emotional roller coaster is top tier. So at the end of last year, I grew some balls and I went on Hinge again randomly, and there was this hot guy on there and I was like, wow, this guy's hot. Anyway, he was so funny and nice. I'm super keen to catch up. The day rolls around that we're meant to be catching up and he goes, I don't know, it's kind of weird to be meeting someone off an app. And I was like, what are you doing here? I don't want to pen pal. That was one of my prompts. That was quite funny, might I add. Never again. Like, I'm dedicating this year to me. 100%. Love that for me. Bye, love you.
She couldn't believe that he rejected her.
she could not believe that he rejected her. I don't understand what women don't get about it. You said the guy was hot, which means he has the ability to look elsewhere and has other options. So when he rejects you, why is it such a surprise to you? All because the guys that you view as beneath you, you reject the whole time. And then when you bump into a guy who you're actually into, you're used to dealing with guys that you don't want like that. This is why I tell you guys, they don't really bump into guys that they like that. So when they're playing a game and you're thinking, why is she playing with him? She can't really see between the two because she hasn't gone for guys that she really wants like that, who approach her, who try to get at her, who campaign for relationships with her. No. It's only the loser dudes. The dudes where she's like, whenever they interact with guys that they like, they're the ones campaigning. Or they're going with the flow, hoping that the guy will change his mind or move towards a relationship. So they never know how to go about it.
See, modern women get out here and act a fool. They talk about wanting a man to be generous and a provider man and a man that's chivalrous. But a lot of times they don't. They want a man to continue doing whatever he's doing. Don't change. As a matter of fact, go back to what everybody else was telling you to do as a man. Men used to go to war. And now, I want you to keep on doing that. But I want you to improve. See, the men that used to go to war, what they don't say, because they come in on, this is what modern women do. They come in on the back end of somebody's relationship. And they see grandma moving around and doing certain things. They don't understand that for a long, long time, grandma did exactly what grandpa said to do. That don't mean grandpa was in there hitting on folks, as people like to say. That don't mean grandpa was in there hollering and screaming. Now, grandpa did, put down the belt of discipline on the kids, and grandma did it too. But this is the way daddy said it's gonna go. This is the way the man in the house said it's gonna go. At the end of the day, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. And we gotta follow that. But where y'all get mixed up is, okay, you stay traditional, but me as the woman, as a modern woman, I'm gonna go do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna stay out at all times of the day and night. I'm gonna drink until I can't stand up straight. And I'm gonna be in the line of fire, in the line of danger, and I'm gonna need you to come get me. Knowing you got the kids at the house and you gotta go to work tomorrow. So then what you gotta do in order to come get me, because I'm way across town and my friend for some reason won't bring me home because they probably drunk too and their boyfriend can't get a hold of them. Y'all both acting stupid as I gotta pick up the kids, put them in the car. Or here's what some men do. I take them over to mom and daddy's house. I drop them off over there because I don't want them seeing mama like that. What's wrong with mommy? Nothing. Go back to sleep. Can't go back. And now I got to put pressure on my mom and my daddy. They retired. They supposed to be retired or near retirement age. And I got them holding on my babies when we should be at the house sleep. But because you can't get your act together as a modern woman, now I got to go run around chase you. I got to get up, get the kids dressed. Well, at that time of night, parents probably going to understand. So you don't really got to get them dressed, just make sure they halfway decent. But if I'm going to leave them over there, I got to go get food. So I got to make sure they got food. I got to make sure they got toys to play with and their favorite blankie, their favorite teddy or whatever it might be, and bring them over there. I got to wake up mom and dad at 1 o'clock in the morning. They sleep. They walk into the door all groggy. No, my dad, he might walk up to the door with something on the other side. Trying to make sure ain't nobody acting crazy. That's what I got to go into to come get your silly behind off the side of the road on somebody's front lawn. Throwing up. That's what modern women look at. That's the type of modern woman you're looking at.